Good evening. My name is John Thompson. I'm working on the conversion of the Revell USS Arizona to the USS Pennsylvania. It's the 1/426th scale kit. Very common kit you can get anywhere. Some of the stuff I had to buy is pretty uncommon. I had to buy a 3D printed superstructure for the conversion of Pennsylvania. I'm trying to model her as close as I can to the 1935 fitting. And they do have other versions of superstructures available for people that want to model different periods, like the post Pearl Harbor attack refit when they put the double-mounted 5-inch guns on board, or you could even go for the 1941 version where she was when she was attacked at Pearl Harbor. The Pennsylvania was very fortunate because she was in dry dock. She was the lead ship of her class. Unfortunately, not so lucky was the Arizona. Same case with the Oklahoma. Oklahoma was the lead ship of her class, and her sister ship, actually Nevada was the lead ship of the class, excuse me. Oklahoma was the sister ship and sank at Pearl Harbor. I'm going to show you a couple of things too that I did. This superstructure that I bought, it's a 3D printed superstructure, like I said, came from shapeways.com, and you'll see basically above this deck here where turret number 2 is, that is original where turret number 2 is. Everything above that had to be replaced. I had to grind and cut off the original molded on superstructure base. That all had to go. Now you're going to look here and you're going to say, okay, where are the gun tubs? I had to take those gun tubs off. They were not on the original 1935 outfitting. I did also run into a couple snags though with building this in this configuration. Revell does not put the etching of the decking on this deck. Now I could leave it as is. In this case I'm going to paint it gray because it makes sense for it because of the smoothness. I'm going to have to basically chance it not being 100% accurate, but I want to get pretty damn close to it. I also had a spare Arizona kit I had used in the past, so I have extra planes that I need to put on the catapults. I also bought 3D printed mast tops, which are absolutely fantastic. The ones that Revell gives you are garbage. So I was able to use those new 3D printed mast tops. They're made from the same company, shapeways.com. And I got them within a week. And so now I'm trying to get this Gold Medal Models photoetch set on order, and hoping it'll come soon. But I'm trying to get this thing to the point where I can actually do some detailing and building on it. I did get a basic coat of paint on the hull. It's light ghost gray flat. It's a tester's acrylic. One of the reasons I went with acrylic was I was afraid of a reaction with the plastic. Unfortunately, I don't know what plastic they used in the 3D process. I had to attach the initial superstructure to my deck with liquid cement, tester's liquid cement, and that seemed to hold on. But when I went to glue the plastic to the plastic, it didn't. The 3D plastic, it did not hold very well at all. So those assemblies had to be completed using a CA, or I used crazy glue. So I figured, why spend $25 for some super glue when you can go to, like, Acme or CVS or a drugstore or something and pick it up for 99 cents. So that's just a frugal German in me. Anyway, it's a great kit. I also did not paint the underhull yet. That I'm going to leave till last. The next step is going to be I'm going to glue the decks in and put that all together. At least I can rest the model outside while I paint the boot topping and the ship bottom itself. So that'll be the next part of the video that I'm going to show. The other thing that I had to do was I had to cut off all the existing molded on railings on the hull itself. Now I didn't do this on the mast tops and on the tripods themselves because I noticed in pictures that these railings were covered with canvas. So to save myself from a pain in the ass photo etch application, what I did was I essentially took the castings and I left them alone as well. So that's definitely, you can if you want to put that extra detail on. It just, for me, for the scale, it wasn't really worth it. But the mast tops look fantastic. They look just like the real ship. did from the photos that I'm trying to work from. A good book if you want to convert the Arizona model to the USS Pennsylvania is a book by Myron Smith, The Keystone Battle Wagon. It has several pictures in there. There's also a full-size or full-scale plan in there of the ship showing her in her 1935 configuration, and two outboard views, one showing her post Pearl Harbor and also the other one as she appeared in 1945 at nearing her final outfitting. So both are excellent excellent types of models to attempt. Shapeways does offer, like I said before, they offer the superstructures for the later versions of the Pennsylvania, so it's really a fun project to try. So if you can get your hands on the Revell USS Arizona Tom's photo etch set, gold medal models photo etch set, you have potential for a very nice model. So anyway, that pretty much concludes my presentation, and have a great evening.